Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today I am finally hearing the singer Putri Ariani for the very first time. I know her season of America's Got Talent is long over, but I have gotten so many requests to hear this young lady, so we are going all the way back to her first performance on the show. Here we go.
I remember when we still you love your voice and your bright eyes. We together in this love. Promise we'll forever.
Oh my gosh.
And now you left me alone. 'Cause you find someone better. You went that way with her. And one thing I know, you break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in loneliness. You left me when I did, thought you were my best friend, being my prince, but I was so wrong. Oh baby, you changed your pain into the blue. You break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in a loneliness. You break my heart, break my home, make me so down in a loneliness. You let me when I'm in love. I was so wrong. Do I fall in you?
That was so beautiful. I did watch her an interview, I guess we'll say, like when she first came on stage and introduced herself, introduction maybe, to hear her speaking voice before she even started singing. So when she first started singing, I was a little surprised because her speaking voice sounded a bit higher to me. There are so many incredible things happened here, but also her delivery just it was so artistic. There was so much happening, and I feel like a big part of this performance for me that was so captivating is just how sucked in I was because she just gave us so much. So we're going back. I think it was about here. I'll stop and start. Who knows what's gonna happen with this one? I know it's tricky when we've got like TV shows, so I might have to block the screen and all of that. But if I can, I'm gonna try and point out these little details. Here we go.
I remember when we still were.
So compared to her speaking voice, I feel like, yes, we're getting that gorgeous head voice here, but it's got so much space, like so much fullness and warmth, which, you know, when you think of the vocal tract, whether it's space in the mouth or space in the pharynx, like she's giving us added space, even though the sound itself, it sounds very small and intimate.
Love your voice and your bright eyes.
That was the thing I loved. As soon as she sang that word voice, we already got a little bit more mix and a little more power.
I remember when we still were. You love your voice and your bright eyes. We together in this love. Promise we'll forever.
Oh my gosh.
And now you left
We got a gorgeous vibrato, and it was so gentle, and it fit so beautifully with this whole line. And I really appreciate how she's really singing to the end of the entire phrase. She's not cutting off, even though maybe it's just, I don't know. I think a lot of times it's words. Okay. When you're playing an instrument, you've got two things going on, because you're focused on, the notes, whether it's keys or, the chords that you're creating. And then you've got, the vocal line. And so oftentimes as singers, it's really hard to not let the instrumentation and what you're having to do mechanically, with your fingers, affect what you do with your voice. And so even though we're getting this really steady pulse in the piano, she is just soaring above that in the most beautiful legato way. And the contrast is stunning, but also the phrasing in particular, when she gets to the ends of phrases, even though it would be so easy to just drop off along with the piano and with the chords, she's really sustaining those lines.
You break my heart, break my heart.
Actually, let me get into that.
Her, and one thing I know, you break my heart, break my hope, make me.
That, I love how she was so full in mix and then backed off the pressure so that we got that gorgeous ethereal sound.
And one thing I know, you break my heart, break my hope, make me so down in loneliness. You left me when I did, thought you were my best friend, being my prince, but I was so wrong.
That is the most gorgeous mix, and it's so healthy. I love that she's using a lot of nasality to just take it easy, like she's not forcing and pulling a ton of weight up or really engaging a ton of press. So it makes it so much easier knowing where this song goes, knowing where the line is about to go, knowing the height that she has to reach. By not pulling up so much weight this early on, I think she's just setting herself up so beautifully for what's next to come.
Thought you were my best friend, being my prince, but I was so wrong. Oh baby, you changed your pain into the blue.
I love watching Sofia Vergara's reactions. When she went into that ascending line, I love that she was sliding, because instead of trying to articulate every note, sliding is such a smart way to get those high notes and to stay in the registration that you want instead of worrying, oh my gosh, is this gonna flip over? She was in complete control, just gliding her way up there, and then obviously flipped over.
Being my prince, but I was so wrong. Oh baby, you changed your pain into the blue. You break my heart, break my heart, make me so down in a loneliness.
I want to hear that. I love that. It's so, after that gorgeous full ascending line, to then pull it in and just, I have goosebumps. Can't see, I don't know, maybe you can see the hair standing up. It's so gorgeous and so delicate. Ugh, here we go.
You break my heart, break my heart, make me so down in a loneliness. You break
to go back to the beginning of this because she brought in so much more air pressure. We got a lot more press in the chords, but she flipped into a mix in such a brilliant place because, again, she's not taking up so much weight that she's worried it's going to flip. And she did it low enough so that it still blended so beautifully with the rest of her voice and gave her permission to really go beyond that part in her range if she wanted to. So in, I want to go back a little further.
Make me so down in a loneliness. You break my heart, break my home.
Right there. My home. She started to tilt that just a little bit more.
So down in
and then there again. And then she went back into that slightly more chest dominant sound. I'm going to play that again just so you can hear those tiny little nuances. It's so faint. And whenever you're incorporating a little bit more of that head voice into your mix, what she's also doing is pressing to the point of straight tone. So it sounds like it blends even more with that chest voice sound. Again, I don't know if this is getting blocked, but I love watching her face move, her muscles in her cheeks move in this part in her range. We also got a few riffs in there, which I loved. I can only imagine her agility. It sounds like she could do runs for days. So even though it didn't quite get featured in this piece, I definitely want to hear more just to see what else she does with that. Back to the cheek movement that I pointed out at the very end. Anytime, so because our mouths are part of the vocal tract, anytime you change the shape of the vocal tract, you kind of have to like adjust accordingly. And so what she did was by changing the shape, she actually facilitated that one particular note a lot. It was easier for her. But of course, it could be the opposite effect for some people. I know whenever I'm working with singers, sometimes if they change the shape of their mouth really drastically and they're not sure why things aren't lining up, it's because, again, you're changing the shape of the vocal tract, which will change the sound that you produce. So I know I talked a lot during that one, but I'm glad I watched it all the way through the first go around. So thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.